Hey guys, today we're going to be installing a Ford Performance Sparco steering wheel with the quick release and the hub adapter. So you don't have to get the quick release, you can just do the hub adapter to the wheel. I chose to get the quick release also. So first we're going to uninstall the factory one. So my wheel here is just loose. I'm going to show you how to take it off. So what you're going to do is first you have to unbolt the airbags. There's 4 screws, 1 and 2 up here, and then 2 directly on the bottom. They're 10 mils, I believe, 10 millimeter. What you're going to do is, once you get those bolts off, or the nuts off, you're going to pull it out, and you're going to disconnect this steering wheel airbag from the assembly. Make sure your battery is disconnected. Everything's off in my car right now. So you're going to disconnect your airbag. You are going to disconnect your controls and your horn all in one right here. Okay, and we'll just put this to the side. Also, you're going to take off this nut or this bolt right here, and that's going to be keeping your steering wheel down. So you might need to use a steering wheel puller. I didn't have to use that. I've never had to use a steering wheel puller. I just really shake aggressively until it really comes off. So take that bolt off, pull. You might need a steering wheel puller. Once you get it out, just let the wires come through, and that's it. So here you're going to have the clock spring, and for, I think, so on my application I'm leaving the clock spring on. What I'm going to do is just disconnect these airbag wires, cut them short, and tie them off. So this is your steering wheel controls. All I'm going to need is a green wire, purple, and there's a ground. The green wire is for the cruise control. The purple wire I tested is the live wire. It's a hot wire. That's your horn. Your horn turns on when you ground that wire. So I already tested that. Like I said, this one's your airbag. You don't need that. So all I'm going to do is, I don't need any other steering wheel controls. I'm just going to tap into the purple one, the purple wire. So, and then also down here, it does continue on your black and the yellow for the airbag, which I plug in just so it's not hanging. So I plug it in. My airbag's not connected or anything like that. I got no airbags. I got no module, not on this car. So it don't matter if it's plugged in, but I plug it in so it's not hanging around. And then this one is with your controls. The blue or the green is the black, and then the yellow. So there's your column, and that's it. Let's go get the other pieces. So from Sparco, you're able to get the control buttons that you can use for the horn, or you can use for a trans brake, you can use for a 2-step, whatever you want to use. I don't have none of that in this Coyote swap. I'm leaving it all to the Ford control pack, so I'm using these for my horns. Right now I don't have actual horns in my car, but my relay does work, because when I test it, it clicks. I just took out my horns when I had gutted this car out, so I need to buy some new ones and just mount them up underneath the car. So This comes with the plate and the ring. So the way this is set up, this is going to sit behind it, and I was wondering how this goes, but I figured it out. I figured it out as I went along. You're going to mount this behind here. There's going to be a tiny gap like that in between them. And what you're going to do with those is actually, these wires are going to sit in between those gaps, so you can plug them in to the wires for the horn. One's a ground, one's a hot. As soon as you hit the button, it makes contact. Like I said, as soon as you ground that hot wire, it turns the horn on. So this is the quick release. It's going to be mounted. Let me see here. Let me open it. So there's a lock position from what I'm seeing. Right here, you can pull it out. If you turn it, then it comes out like that. So this is the part that's going to go on the hub, and underneath here you have your ground and your hot. Ground, and the only thing I need to do is get a hot wire to come to that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm probably going to get that wire right now and tap into it. I have my wire here. Going to make sure, so this is a female. This part is going into the wheel hub, so this wire will be coming out from the steering wheel, and I'll be putting the female terminal in there. Where's my crimpers? Okay, and just because I want it to look nice, and it's insulated, but since I want it to look nice, I just got some heat shrink here. Let me see. Just want it to be even with all the other heat shrink. Let me cut this in half. I'll put all the part numbers and links to where I got this stuff in the description, in case y'all want to get one of these steering wheels with a quick adapter for the 93 Mustang. Let me heat shrink this. All right, so I showed y'all before in my other videos what I use to tap into wires without making a splice. So like I said, these are posi taps, and I'll show you in this video how to use them. So I believe the black ones are for bigger gauge. Yeah, the blues are for 16 and 18, and the black ones doesn't say. The black ones are for the gauge lower than that, one more lower than that. Okay, so I'm just going to take these apart right now. Got that one piece. The end that you're going to slip the wire into, that you're tapping into, and here's the other one with the needle. That needle is going to crimp down on that wire you're tapping. Like I said, I am tapping into, there's a purple wire here. Purple wire here, as you can see. Purple wire there. Okay, so NRG, it's gonna go, my steering wheel's at top right now. You're gonna have this slit where you would slip these into. And there you go. So this is where I would cut the airbag portion out. Okay. Put in the airbag. I'll leave a little bit of a wire just in case. You never know if you need to reuse something. I have to take this off to get it out of the way for now. Heat shrink. So the way I put these are, I put them in the middle. That way I have room once they're hot. I pinch the ends so that they fully close when it's hot. So right there, pinch it. It's hot, but as you can see, they close. Next one. Okay. Pinch, and there you go. So now those wires are insulated. I can put my wheel hub back on. You're going to reuse your factory bolt. So this is a 15 millimeter bolt. Let me split. I'm going to cut that protective tubing out. I will leave this harness in there. Okay, so the way this works right here, separating the wire you're going to splice, you're going to take this part of the posi tap, slip it in, and then you'll take this part with the needle and put it into the threads, and make sure that spike punctures as you twist down, punctures that wire, and you snug it tight. So you can, if you want, test that, make sure it's conducting. I'm shorten it to this length right there. And let's strip the wire. A little bit more. Okay. Tie the strands, or twist the strands. Now with this part, obviously the threaded part's going to go into that. So you're going to stick this wire inside that hole. And just stick it in there. It's going to touch the conductive part and wrap around it, and then you push the sleeve down and find the threads and start tightening it. There you go. So there's your tap. That's secure. That's never going to come loose unless you do it. And the good thing about these is that they are reusable. For the money that you're paying, I believe they're about $1 a piece. I bought a 20 pack and it was a little over $20, so about $1 a piece or more. You can reuse them. It's just what I end up doing when I did my harness down there for the Coyote control pack. So now for this, we are going to put the wheel hub back on, feed the wires through, line it up. There's only one way it can go on, and you should put Loctite on your bolt. I have some Loctite on there still. I'm just gonna tighten it down like this for now. Steering wheel is locked, so I can put some torque on it. This NRG stuff is pretty good quality. So on here, you're gonna see a little white dot. That dot represents top. So everything so far is lined up to top. This is top, that's where the logo is. And I have my ground wire and my harness. Let me see if I can tuck this out of the way. Maybe it's able to fit in there like that. All I need is these wires. So right now your wheel hub is installed. So I've heard that people are getting them without hardware, that they're setting without hardware. I'm not sure, but you can use them on there. So if you got the steering wheel and you got the wheel hub, I don't think you got any of the hardware. This hardware came with the quick hub, or the quick release. 6 bolts, a 6 hub pattern, like mobile wheels. Since I got this button harness, brace or bracket for the horns, they actually came with hardware, so you can get the flush or the round top. I'm gonna use the flush ones, and then they give you the Allen wrench for it. So then for these, I'm gonna use on the wheel adapter. Okay, so this is gonna be coming out. You'll see those are the divots for the bearings on the quick release. What you're gonna do is the hot wire is gonna be the yellow, and then your ground. Okay. Remember to face it up, the logo. I'm just gonna install a couple screws for now to keep it there, so none of the wires come flying out. Okay, all of them have Loctite now. Just tighten them down. I hate tiny Allen bolts. They do strip. I'm just snugging them up. And I'm going in a star pattern just out of habit. So there's no instructions that's come with these wheel hubs or the steering wheel. There's no instructions at all, surprisingly. I'm not sure why. Okay, that's done right there. So I'm gonna put these on here behind like this. So the way it works is the finger grooves that you can see right here are for your fingers, so you can go like that and pull the steering wheel off. So the steering wheel is going to go on top of this. There's the dot again. That means top. So that's going to be the center bolt. This is going to go like that. This is going to go like that. And if you see that gap right there, this wire is going to sit just like that in between there. So I'm going to use the flush screws that are provided. Get it lined up here. I will have to blue Loctite it after these are in. It's kind of hard to do it right now. So I can turn this over. Okay, so you'll see here, there's the gap. Let me actually tighten these all the way down. So we have less movement. That's it. So in between there is the wire, and in between here also. Now it sits flush with the wire sticking out. Okay, so now we can tighten up. Try and keep it together. These shouldn't have to come apart because you're able to pull the steering wheel out now. Just make sure everything's lined up. These are some quality screws that they actually give you with Sparco. This kit I think was $45. Okay, there you go. So it's gonna look like this. I don't mind these wires. I know they have the long corded, the curly wire, but this is fine right here. So let's go try it out. Okay, so you are supposed to line it up there. Now it's in. The steering wheel's great. It's smaller than a factory one. You have leg room. Buttons are easy access. I mean, my hands are, you know, they're not big or medium hands, I guess, but this is, and then to take it off, so that's lock. This is on, this is lock, so you cannot take it off. There's a little spot there you're not allowed to take it off, but once you turn it, you can actually pull it off after that, just like that. That's great. So what we'll do now is test the horn. Okay, so we're gonna make sure the power is on, and you should hear the relays to the horn going off when I hit the buttons. I hear that one. I hear that one. So that is a successful install. That's all there is. It was a pretty quick install. Nothing big. So just do your wire testing and you'll be on your way. Test it beforehand. And that's it.